Hi there, in this video we're going to look at planning for multiple winners in a bingo game. We're going to look at three things. What is it when you get multiple winners? What do you do? And how do you avoid it? So, what are multiple winners? Sometimes two or more players will get a valid bingo on the same call in a bingo game. And this can happen in any bingo game, even though all the cards are randomized and different. The chances of it happening vary depending on a lot of different parameters, but around 20% of bingo games will have multiple winners on the same call. So it's something you need to prepare for. What do you do if two people have a valid bingo on the same call? There are two basic strategies here. Either you allow them both or all of them, if there's more than two, to get a prize, or you have a way to choose a single winner between them. If you allow multiple winners, then either you need to have plenty of prizes so that you can give prizes to all of the multiple winners, or you need a prize that can easily be shared between several people. If you're going to choose a single winner, then there's lots of different ways to choose a single winner. Here are two ideas. You could just go with whoever shouted out bingo first, with a valid bingo is the winner and the others don't get a prize. Or you could use the tiebreaker feature that we have got in our caller. So if you have two or more players with a valid bingo on exactly the same call, you can choose the winner using our tiebreaker. And I'll show you how to do that now. So here's the caller screen of a game that's in progress, and let's say that two players have both shouted bingo on the same call. They've both got a valid bingo, so you want to choose a winner between them. Just click up here to use the tiebreaker, and you can either enter their IDs or you can enter their names, any text. Just enter the different winners, one per line, and click go, and it will randomly select you a winner from however many names or IDs you put in. So the winner here was 456. Now, however you're planning to deal with multiple winners, it's important that the players are aware of this, ideally before the game begins, so that they know you're going to deal with multiple winners in a way that is fair. So, how do you avoid having multiple winners on the same call? As I've mentioned, unfortunately you can't, but there's a couple of things you can do to reduce the likelihood a little bit. The first method is to only allow players to win on the correct call, which is the exact call that they get the pattern that you're looking for. So if they miss it and they shout bingo one call too late or two calls too late, you don't award them the prize. It's not a valid win. If you do this, this is going to reduce the probability of getting multiple winners a little bit for you. So it's recommended if you want to reduce multiple winners. We've got a system in our caller to help you, so I'll just demonstrate that quickly. Here on the right I've got the caller for a game that's in progress, and on the left we've got a player, and the player still hasn't got 5 in a row yet. Let's say we're playing for a 5 in a row win. So let's keep calling the bingo and see what happens. G60, haven't got that. O67, haven't got that. I21, boom, that is a bingo. So this player then shouts bingo, and as the game organizer you can view their card to verify this. Now the feature we've got to help you here is that the last call, the current call, is marked in blue if it is present. So here you can see the current call is I21 and it's marked in blue, so you can see that this player did get a line, their first line on this call. So if they're the first person to shout bingo, that is a valid win. If, however, B15, okay, they've got that, which it also makes a line, but if your prize was for the first line, then when we view this card, you can see that this player's got a line over here, but they already had a line over here before this call. So if this prize was for the first line, then that would not be a valid win if you're going to use the harsh system to reduce multiple winners. So the most recent call is in blue, so you just have to look carefully at the card and decide whether they have got the winning pattern on that call or not. Just to show you what it looks like if they don't have the current call at all. So the next call is I16. I16 doesn't even appear, so when we view the card now, there is no call marked in blue, because that doesn't appear on their card at all. So that's one way to reduce the chance of multiple winners very slightly. Then the other option you may have to slightly reduce the probability of multiple winners happens if you are making custom bingo with your own choice of numbers or words. And if you're doing this, then in general, the more numbers or words you have in your list, the less likely is you'll have multiple winners. So if you have a 5x5 grid and you have 40 words in your bingo, if you increase that to maybe 60 words in your bingo, it'll be less likely for you to have multiple winners on the same call. But of course it can still happen, so you need to prepare for it anyway. And again, if you're going to have the policy where you can only get a valid win on the exact call where you get a pattern, it's worth explaining this to players before the game begins to avoid disappointment.